Well, welcome. We are so grateful that you're here today. Please feel free to grab your notebook, a pen, and water, and go ahead and silence your phone, your smart devices. My name is Pat Alva-Kraker, and joining me is my incredible co-host, Pearl Pang. Pearl, how's your heart feeling today as we begin this journey with our amazing community?
Pat, I'm so excited to share the space with all the incredible women joining us, whether they're watching or tuning in from home, the office, or a cozy spot. I so appreciate you all. Ladies, you're here because you're seeking more vitality, more joy, and more meaningful life. So let's dive into that together. By the way, before we do that, type a one in the chat if you enjoy the Vitality Ace Kit, our gift to you when you enroll. And even better, if you share one idea from that kit that really resonates.
Absolutely. Well, I want to start by sharing something very personal because what we're talking about today, relevancy, vitality, and longevity, isn't just theory for me, it's my lived experience. In 2023, I was diagnosed with breast cancer for the second time. After 27 years cancer free, it came back. It stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, really? Oh my gosh. What followed was an 18-month journey full of chemo sessions that made me so sick, we had to stop them. A double mastectomy, a reconstruction, and 12 rounds of immune therapy. One day I was running at full speed like a chicken with my head cut off, and the next day I lost my vitality. I found myself questioning something I had never questioned before. Would I have the longevity to live the life I still dreamed of? I had to press the pause button on everything, my business, my community work. And in that silence came the second question. Was I still relevant? Some of you have asked yourself this same question at different turning points in your life. And here's what happened next. The corporate leader in me, the project manager who built teams for IBM and Lockheed Martin, kicked in. I began rebuilding myself. I studied longevity. I explored what true vitality really means. I tapped into my alternative medicine toolkit. I redefined success, not by how full my calendar was, but how full my spirit felt. And then something interesting happened. I discovered clay. With my hands deep in earth, I found healing. I became a clay artist, a biohacker, an author, and a woman on a mission. Today, I stand before you not only as a survivor, I stand before you as a guide to share everything that I've learned about how we as women stay vibrant, relevant, and strong no matter what life throws our way. This isn't just my comeback story. It's a reminder that your most powerful chapter might be the one you're about to write.
Oh my God, Pat, every time I hear you tell your story, I got goosebumps. And I still remember when you broke the news to us when it happened the second time. And I remember we had this Cancer Thrivers episode
Mm-hmm.
before you had the second cancer, how life had thrown the curveball, whatever, at us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So allow me to share my own story. My journey started back in Taiwan when I was only speaking Mandarin and a few Chinese dialects. Earning my MBA degree brought me to America in '84. Corporate America became my home for over 3 decades. 17 years at IBM taught me business transformation. And I started 2 companies providing pathways to vibrant living. I became a certified coach for teams and individuals, specializing in leadership, development, transformation, and transitions toward their breakthrough results. I co-authored 3 Amazon bestsellers and am authoring a new book coming up in a year or 2. Yet behind the business suits, another pearl was emerging. Life's twists and turns sparked my search for deeper meaning. What felt like traumas and obstacles became powerful lessons, guiding me and inspiring me along the way. Cancer took my father, and my grandmother passed away in the same year before I turned 30. 2 divorces and 1 coupling separation taught me resilience isn't optional. Single motherhood showed me strength I never knew. And 2 precancerous surgeries reminded me of life's fragility. Then COVID happened and changing everything for everyone.
Yes.
I became a Reiki master in 98. Practicing regularly, I also became a yoga teacher with 500 certified hours. I practice and teach the ancient arts of Qigong, Tai Chi, meditation, and energy healing. Studying and practicing traditional Chinese medicine, including acupuncture and herbal medicines, became my second passion. Fasting and foods as therapy are my best daily rituals, and I am fasting today. Today is my every other day fasting. Timely and diligent detoxes have become my best life-saving and rejuvenating friends. Through these integrated healing modalities and practices, I have repeatedly renewed my mind, body, spirit, and soul, proving that transformation is really possible at any stage of life.
Yes.
And that's why Pat and I created Town Square Talk shortly after COVID hit. We've bridged corporate and holistic worlds authentically. East and West, ancient and modern, blended harmoniously. At Town Square Talk with Pat and Pearl, we create a community for aspiring women like yourselves. So ladies, your best chapter isn't behind you. It's just beginning. So with that, I look
Yes.
forward to co-creating and navigating this glorious journey with you. Thank you.
Pearl, you bring such wisdom to this space, to this session, and to our follow-on work together with these ladies in the community. And like you said, resilience and vitality and longevity are all interweaved in your experience as well. And so here we are. Ladies, I want to start by grounding ourselves in this space and just be here for yourself and be here for the others in the room. And if you will, just, sit up in your chairs, place your feet on the ground, and just take a deep breath with me. You can close your eyes or you can hold a soft gaze if you like. And just imagine roots coming out of your feet, going way down into the center of the earth. And take a deep breath. Slowly blow out. Imagine a goal light coming up to your feet, all the way up to the top of your head. Take another breath with me and let go of any tension, any past conversation, anything that's happened earlier today. Be present for yourself and for the others in the room. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room.
Thank you so much, Pat. I feel so much better and so much more centered and ready to go right now because of that. So thank you. Well, today we're going to cover 6 secrets to relevancy, vitality, and longevity. By the end of this webinar, you'll walk away with tips and ideas to enrich this chapter of your life.
Definitely. We're not going to give you fluff, just heart-led, practical, and powerful steps that you can start implementing tomorrow. And those who want more, we'll share how to continue to work with us. Are you ready to begin? Yeah, raise your hand if you're ready to begin. Thank you so much for being here.
So, ladies, let's all get on the same page about what relevancy, vitality, and longevity mean. Before we define them, I want to remind you that they may appear to be three distinct subjects, yet they're not. They are evolving, all intertwined, and you just can't have one without the other two. They are the pieces of puzzles that make up who you are today. So here's how we define them for us, aspiring women. For relevancy, honoring our lived experience while supporting our evolving needs, career, health, caregiving, self-discovery, financial independence, and cultural connection. It's about meeting where we each are, not where society thinks we should be. For vitality, it means embracing life with vigor, focusing on physical, mental, and emotional health to thrive in the second half of our lives. It's about energy, resilience, and joy. And then lastly, longevity. It means embracing a lifestyle that supports a long, healthy, and active life, focusing on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being while navigating the changes of aging and the environments around us.
What you will learn here, you won't learn anywhere else. And here's why. Many experts hand you fragmented pieces of the vitality puzzle. You have people who focus just on longevity, others who focus just on hormones, and some on just vitality. And when you come here, you are getting an integrated solution, integrated story of mind, body, and soul wisdom with Fortune 500 leadership strategies. Our unique holistic blend combines science, biohacking, energy healing, financial freedom, leadership, and spirituality. So, from our work together, Pearl and I have learned that our clients consistently report more sustainable, comprehensive life transformations using a holistic approach. So, together, we'll unlock your complete potential, not just isolated improvements. If you're ready for a program that sees and supports you, all of you, then you're in the right place. Type a 1 in the chat if you agree and you're ready to dive in. Let's cut to the chase. How many of you have been told, in subtle or not so subtle ways, that your prime time is behind you? That you should be thinking about retirement villages and early bird specials? Come on. I'm here to tell you that that's ridiculous and utterly hogwash. In fact, I'm going to drop a truth bomb on you. Studies show that as we age, we actually experience a surge in creativity and problem-solving abilities. It's like our brains just finally hit their stride after decades of gathering intel. Think about it. Julia Childs didn't become a culinary icon until her late 40s. Toni Morrison won the Pulitzer Prize at 56. And Grandma Moses started painting professionally at 78. These women didn't defy expectations, they shattered them. It is amazing.
Absolutely. Those women are wonderful examples, Pat. And ladies, you probably know in real life that someone are just like them and someone who have defied these expectations by the society. The truth is, isn't about gracefully fading into the background. It's about igniting our inner fire and creating a life that's even more fulfilling than you ever imagined.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about how you can defy expectations in our upcoming master series. Ladies, we've been through the ringer. We've navigated office politics, raised families, survived economic downturns, and mastered the art of juggling a million things at once. We've made mistakes, we've learned from them, and we've emerged stronger and wiser. If you can relate, type a 1 in the chat. Thank you. We know how to build relationships, solve problems, and lead with empathy. We've earned our stripes, and it's time to use our hard-earned wisdom to our advantage. So relevancy, as you just saw the definition, isn't about age. It's about adaptability, visibility, and value alignment. You stay relevant, you stay in demand. What we know is that the average lifespan for women is 79. So women are likely to have longer careers than ever before. That means we need to stay current. We need to stay adaptable and engaged. And it means that time is on our side. We have more time to make a difference, leave a lasting impression, legacy, creating a truly more meaningful life. Did you know that 85% of jobs that will exist in 2030, just 5 years from now, don't even exist today? That's why being a strategic learner is important. Not just a student, a strategic learner. Forget about cramming every new skill. Learn the skills that will be critical in your industry and do targeted upskilling. Maybe it's time to take AI for leaders and develop that leadership skill a little stronger. So here's your chance to identify one or two emerging skills in your field. And how do you do that? By keeping on top of what's happening in your industry through periodicals, newsletters, podcasts, whatever it is, stay on top of what's happening in your industry. And then learn what that skill set is that will be needed in 5 years and take them in bite-sized chunks so that you can easily weave them into your day. Consider reverse mentorship. Partner with younger colleagues to learn valuable technical trends, swap insights on navigating office politics, or even client negotiations.
All great points, Pat. Here's the thing. Upskilling doesn't have to be like a chore. Once you've pinpointed what you want to learn, AI basics, new leadership frameworks, what have you, micro learning, like Pat just alluded to, lets you sneak in progress during life's cracks. What do I mean by that? It means that you could swap 10, 15 minutes of your doom scrolling for a podcast episode on commute, or a quick LinkedIn learning video during lunch, or a reflective journal prompt before bed. Now, here's the magic. Tiny, consistent bursts of learning add up faster than marathon sessions. Think of it like building muscles. Small reps daily beat one exhausting gym day. So pro tips are to make it stick, right? Pair with your rituals, your morning ritual, your evening ritual, or even lunch break. Link learning to your morning coffee or maybe some post-meeting wind down, however it is, and experiment, try new behaviors and how that works out. Then tweak. So when you try it out immediately, can build from it. You can't change from it, right? Nothing needs to be cast in stone. Growth is messy.
It can be.
Into it.
Yeah,
Lean into it.
it can be.
And obviously, we want to celebrate the mini wins. Finished a 15-minute module. Hey, that's 15-minute wiser. So small steps, once again, to big impacts. small steps build up to that. You are not just gathering knowledge, right? You are shaping or you're reshaping how you lead, how you show up, how you be, kind of like one snack at a time.
I love that analogy. One snack at a time. Awesome. In summary, your wisdom is your currency. Use it wisely. What will you do with the wisdom that you have here? There are so many options that you have. It's a question to walk away with, whether it's a book, teaching, a podcast. There are so many ways that you can share that wisdom. We're all waiting for you to share that wisdom. So now let's talk about financial independence and security. I know you might be thinking, oh, financial stuff, yuck, yuck. That sounds as much fun as a root canal. This isn't your grandmother's boring lecture on balancing your checkbook. We're talking about building a life where you have the freedom to make choices without having to constantly worry about money. Let's face it, we shoulder more financial responsibilities than before as we navigate this stage of life. We're taking care of families, supporting aging parents, maybe even starting new ventures. That's why it's more important than ever to take control of your financial future. So it's like managing like a boss, right? Financial stress can be a major buzzkill. It can affect your
Mm,
health, your relationships, and your overall well-being. And you know what? It doesn't have to be that way. So, some ways that you can take control of your financing would be like revisiting your expenditures, your sources of income. There's a lot of great apps to help and resources out there to help you get organized. And don't be afraid to seek professional advice, such as a financial advisor. And it's never too late to put in extra nickels in the piggy bank. So it's a choice. It is a choice.
exactly, Pat. And according to the study done by Merrill Lynch in 2020, 44% of women are worried about outliving their finances. And because we're living longer, an average of 79 years old, as Pat said earlier, we're bringing that to the surface because we don't want any of you or even ourselves, right, to be caught in that situation.
Absolutely. Be proactive. Maybe you downsize, maybe you diversify your investments, stay informed on retirement options, make it fun. It's like growing your financial garden. In our masterclass, we'll introduce the Financial Empowerment Journal. It's a simple, intuitive tool to help you track, reframe, and activate abundance. This is where your relationship with money truly shifts. When you feel secure about your financial future, you're empowered to pursue your dreams and live your life to the fullest and on your terms. And by the way, it will boost your confidence, which is the best investment you can make. So, a question to ponder would be, what skill sets and talents could you turn into income? That's a growth work. It's a play. That's right. I love that. Yeah. This week, take one small step towards building your financial independence and security. Maybe it's opening a new investment account, creating a budget, researching, doing some homework, using AI to help you, whatever that is for you. Here we go. Alrighty, Pearl. You're going to take us into an exercise that I'm looking very forward to.
Yes, this will be a visualization exercise. Settle into the seat and keep a soft gaze or close your eyes if that helps with the visualization. Take a couple cleansing, relaxing breaths and quiet your mind at your own pace. Continue to breathe. Maybe you can inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale through your mouth for 4 counts, whatever serves you at this moment. Now, imagine your ideal life 1 year from today. Who are the people around you? What are you doing? How are you making an impact in the world, in your world? And how do you feel? When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and jot down what you saw, what you felt, and what you possibly heard. And take a few minutes to do that. For those who are watching on the replay, feel free to pause the video and jot down what you have experienced. So once you complete that, share one sensory detail that popped up. Maybe it surprised you. Maybe it didn't happen or you never thought of it before. Or maybe it was recurring themes. That'd be awesome to notice. And share that one word describing how you feel. Whatever pops up, what's that one word? Share that in the chat if you can. Or share that in the
Absolutely.
comment. Share that in the comment of our video if you're watching the replay. We love to hear from you.
More empowered, calm. I definitely feel at peace right now, very relaxed. Absolutely.
We're connecting to our purposes.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Pearl, for taking us through that exercise.
My pleasure. Let's dive into this topic that's crucial for us all, health and well-being. Let's just be real here. We're not in our 20s no more. Our bodies are changing, our hormones are fluctuating, and sometimes it feels like we're just waging a daily battle against the forces of gravity. Here's the good news though. We have the power to take control of our health and well-being and create a life that's so vibrant, energetic, and fulfilling. This isn't about chasing any unrealistic ideal of perfection. It's about feeling so good in our own skin and having the energy to pursue our passions and live life to the fullest. Let's talk about self-care. Self-care is not selfish. It's just smart. It's non-negotiable. Here's the deal. You can't pour from an empty cup. Talking about cup, if you want to take a sip of the water, please do. Self-care is broad and deep, as we come to realize at this age. It includes mind, body, and soul practices. Today, we're going to touch the tip of the iceberg. Let's start with mindset. Our mindset drives everything in our lives. We all know how important our mindset is. Let me ask you this, though. Put your answer in the chat. How do you nurture and protect your mindset? What works for you? Since we get impacted from all kinds of different things happening in all directions, what helps you nurture and protect your mindset? All
Staying
right.
positive. For me, it's
Yeah,
staying positive, right?
that's a
Paying
good one.
attention to the music that's playing in the background.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about physical body. Keeping your body healthy and strong requires personalized, proper nutrition, hydration, exercise, movements, sleep, rest, and detoxification with a
Very
focus,
important.
on prevention.
I love that, Pearl. The prevention, because most of us end up focusing on reaction.
Yeah.
When something finally pops up and we have some dis-ease in the body.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that's how we kind of have been conditioned, right? Growing up, go see a
Yeah.
doctor, like, doctor fix me. With that, let's talk about the biggest culprit that wreaks havoc in our lives. Stress.
The big S.
That word we all know a little too well. That said, though, let me first remind you, not all stress is bad.
Right. I love that. I love that statement, because if all stress is not bad, then tell us what is good stress.
Well, Pat, the good stress is the kind that you feel when you are learning something new or overcoming a challenge, like meeting deadlines or pulling through some emergencies. Good stress actually keeps us sharp and motivated. And then there's that bad stress, right, Pat?
Yes. And bad stress, it's that kind that lingers and nags, like that person that refuses to leave the party. That person. Yes. This is where cortisol comes in. Cortisol is our body's main stress hormone. It's good for fight or flight, but too much of it has serious consequences. Chronically high cholesterol can lead to weight gain, fatigue, digestive issues, trouble sleeping, high blood pressure, on and on. So we need to be aware of how often we're in that fight or flight state.
That's right, Pat. So the key here, ladies, is to increase your self-awareness and your practice of noticing when stress is working for you or when it's working against you.
Mhm. Yeah.
And sometimes they could happen all at the same time because we're just not linear, right? We're just dynamic beings. The good news, though, you have more power than you think to keep cortisol in check and prevent bad stress from piling up. So if you're not driving, for example, right now, I like to invite you to stand up and move about. Do a quick body scan, noticing your stress level now as you stand up. So take your time. I'm going to do that too, because it just feels so good to really stand and stretch and maybe turning side to side. That lower back, the hip. Yeah. Do some wiggling and breathe. Breathe deep and breathe as comfortably, as relaxing as you can. And before you know it, you'll notice that you just feel so much better. You're so relaxed and you're ready for the next thing. And this is why taking just a little short break makes you go longer. So thank you for playing. When you're ready, feel free to come sit back down and tune back in. Remember, stress is a signal, it's not a sentence. When you manage your stress well, you're not just surviving, you're building up your vitality, your relevancy, and longevity that you deserve. Now let's talk about nurturing the soul. So we talked about mindset, we talked about body. I mean, body is a huge topic, obviously, but let's move on to the soul, our spirit. We will call out 2 practices today that will help tremendously. Practicing gratitude and self-compassion. Practicing those 2 regularly helps focus on what you have, not what you lack, which fosters positivity and enhances overall well-being. So taking time each day to appreciate those good people and things in your life works like magic. I'd be the first to attest. For example, before ending your day, identify and journal 3 things that you're grateful for, even though you had a bad day. The next morning, start recalling those 3 things to reinforce that power of gratitude. And the second practice, self-compassion. What does that mean? It means that you give yourself grace. It means forgiving yourself fast. Also means that your self-talk sends kindness and encouragement rather than being all so self-critical. Remember, carve out time for self-care. Practice saying no when you need to. That boundary setting, right? And lean on your support system. People who really cheer you up and be there for you all the time. Add relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, movements, maybe like, having a dance break in your kitchen, whatever helps you reset. And so this is just the surface of vitality, ladies. We go deeper in the masterclass with energy mapping and how to apply longevity science, neurosciences with simple practices you can personalize. You'll walk away with a vitality action plan just for you. The bottom line, vitality reigns. We just covered health and well-being. And guess what? What else can impact your health and well-being? Your relationships. Your relationships with your loved ones, family, relatives, friends, people at work, our communities. And don't forget, though, the most important relationship, it is the relationship with yourself. Here's something that might be shocking. It shocked me, actually. Studies show that loneliness is more harmful to your health than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 a day. Let that land. And here's the twist. Many women feel connected. We're on group texts, Zooms, in meetings, gathering with families and friends, but inside we're running on emotional empty. Why? Because we've been supporting everyone else, the job, the business, the family, the community. We've forgotten we deserve a circle that fuels us.
Mhm.
And the most important part of that circle is yourself. So the truth is, having a healthy relationship with yourself is not just a nice idea. It's necessity. It's what actually fuels your superpowers, which we'll talk about later. It can be tempting to reach outward, though, for validation, right? A like here, a compliment there. Sometimes We're just one simple chat away from feeling seen and understood. What if, instead, we tune inward and check in with your mind, body, and soul? Many evidence-based studies have proven self-awareness is the secret sauce to living a happier, more connected life. And who doesn't want a little extra sauce?
That's right, girlfriend. I do. Any day.
So ask yourself, how am I feeling? Where am I emotionally? Where's my energy level? What do I need? I mentioned it before earlier, journaling helps too, right? Write down your thoughts, doodle, whatever doodling you like to do, or do scrapbooking, or just make a list of things you rather be doing than laundry. I know Pat wants to do pottery.
Yeah, well, you know what? My husband loves to do laundry. So he would rather do laundry than doing
Hey,
his
that's a
feelings
keeper.
for sure. Oh, I love him.
Hmm. Here's the truth. Self-awareness isn't always easy, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes it means facing things we rather ignore, like spending time alone, reflecting and journaling. Yet the payoff, more clarity, more confidence, and a life that feels like it actually fits you. We'll go in depth on how to build healthy relationships with yourself and others in our follow-on 3-part masterclass series. So let's make a pact, ladies. This is your time. You spend years showing up for everyone else. Now show up for yourself. Tune in, listen up, and reconnect with that amazing woman you are and the one you're still becoming. Now, let's move on to your relationships with others. These are the people who cheer when you win, tell the truth when you're slipping, and see your brilliance even on your worst hair day. So find your tribe, network, and grow your communities, which many of you are already doing. And I do want to call out one important relationship is with your better half, or with your significant other, or with your most intimate relationship. Might be your pet, might be something else. It's that intimate relationships.
Yeah.
I use the plural just because it doesn't necessarily be just that one being, physical
Mhm.
being, that is. So mentors and coaches are your secret weapon. I don't care if you're a corporate professional, CEO, or own your business, you need someone a few steps ahead of you.
I totally agree with you, Pearl. Mentors and coaches collapse time. They show you the shortcuts, the blind spots, and the mindset tweaks that turn a good year into a breakthrough one. And guess what? You can be a mentor and a coach too. Don't hide your wisdom. Someone is waiting for your voice to lead the way. We need to surround ourselves with people who remind us what's possible and then go make it happen. Are you in? Your relationships are key to your well being, and your community is longevity. That's the secret. So let's take a bio break, Pearl. What do you think? For about 5 minutes?
Absolutely.
Time check. I have 7:09.
Okay.
So we come back at 7:14, get up, take a bio break, get something to drink, a little snack, and we'll meet you back at 7:14. All right, ladies, let's do another exercise. So you've got some paper out, and draw 3 concentric circles on your paper, as you see here on the handout, with the smaller circle being the inner circle. Then you have the middle and the outer circle. And this exercise allows us to take a look at our relationships and really honor the relationships that we have, and look for opportunities where we might be able to nurture other relationships with people that we truly enjoy spending time with. So in the inner circle, write down the names of people you consider your rocks. These are people that you will call at that you could call at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you know they're going to answer no matter what. You can count on them, and they're very special and dear to you. So take some time, identify the people that would go into your inner circle. And then when you're done filling out the inner circle, we invite you to go to the middle circle and identify people in your life that are friends, acquaintances that you enjoy spending time with. Maybe you don't spend as much time with or know them that well, but they are relationships with potential for growth. And so who would be in that middle circle for you? And then on the outer circle, you write down the groups and the communities or even activities where you could meet potentially like-minded people. It could be a hiking group, your pickleball group, it could be your pottery class or book club. And then take time to identify who those communities are. And we invite you to take a look at the names that you have in your circles and choose one or two people that you will connect with at a more deeper level next week. And it could be that you call them up for coffee or lunch or dinner. Maybe you send them a card, a very positive and uplifting text, a virtual e-card, anything that lets them know that you're thinking about them and would love to spend time with them. In the masterclass, we take this exercise, Circles of Influence, even further, mapping out your ideal support ecosystem and how to consciously cultivate uplifting relationships in your personal and professional life. Remember, nurturing the relationships within these circles will help sustain your overall well-being.
Quick question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did I start looking like my mother? You're not alone. Let's talk about how to embrace that reflection with pride and confidence and thrive as we grow older. Another question. What is one thing you're so proud of? What one thing you're proud of that pops up on your mind right now? Share in the chat, please, or in the comment if you're watching the replay. Every now and then, it's worth hitting that pause button and ask ourselves, are my actions actually matching up with what I care about the most? It's like checking your GPS. Otherwise, you might end up at the world's largest ball of yarn instead of your real destination. So type in the chat and share, what is one of your core values? Quick question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did I start looking like my mother? You're not alone. Let's talk about how to embrace that reflection with pride and confidence and thrive as we grow older. Another question. What is one thing you're so proud of? What one thing you're proud of that pops up on your mind right now? Share in the chat, please.
For me, it's freedom.
All right. Awesome. And sometimes it's liberation for me.
Yes, and I'm seeing several values out there. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Definitely freedom is one of them. Trust, I see integrity, fun. Thank you. Thank you for sharing those values.
So here's something funny. We all have skills we picked up over the years that we barely notice anymore. Those things you can do with your eyes closed while everyone else is staring at you. like you just performed a magic trick. I'm talking about
Mm.
your superpowers. Maybe it's fixing a spreadsheet, maybe it's calming down a cranky client, or my personal favorite, figuring out which cable needs to be unplugged and plugged back into.
Oh, that can be a challenge. That's a good one, Pearl. Ladies, if you've been the go-to person for something that feels easy for you, drop a one in the chat and tell us what that superpower is. We want to see our fellow superpowers.
So here's the challenge. Embrace those strengths. Don't brush them off. Celebrate your wins and the wisdom you've collected. Even if your superpower is just surviving another Monday, because that counts.
Mhm. It does.
Did you know that studies show learning a new skill can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by up to 40%? That's right, ladies. Keeping your brain buzzing is like a daily workout.
Yep.
So there you have it. Tips to embrace aging with grace and confidence. Keep learning, love those wrinkles. Aging is not something to fear, it's a privilege to celebrate.
Yes.
And during our masterclass, we help you rediscover your superpowers and build new ones and values through a powerful guided inventory exercise.
It's lovely.
Quick question. When was the last time you examined and inventory your values and strengths?
Mm,
That's always a good one to revisit
yeah,
regularly.
totally agree with you there, Pearl. And now for the last secret of the day. It's about your legacy and impact. Legacy is what echoes and inspires in a young person's confidence, a community you help grow, or the way your grandkids talk about you long after you're gone. The truth is, legacy isn't about the end, it's about the journey. It's the impact we make every single day in big ways and in small. Ladies, we know that you've spent years giving back through your work, your family, your communities. And do you know, as we get older, our capacity to give grows. You have more experience, you have more wisdom, more resources, maybe even more money and more time. So, who here has a cause that sets you on fire? Put that cause in the chat if you'd like. We'd love to know and be able to support you. Here's the secret sauce. Philanthropy gives back to you. It creates joy, meaning, and legacy. It connects you to the community and it reminds you that you are part of something bigger than yourself. So if you ever said to yourself, oh, I'd love to give back someday, that day can be today. Start small, start now, start with love. Your voice, your value, your vision, that is philanthropy. Plan for smooth transitions by mentoring successors and establishing leadership development. This ensures that your legacy endures beyond your direct involvement and that your values continue to influence future generations or teams. If applicable, use tools like trust, tax efficient giving, and charitable planning to optimize your financial resources that support your legacy goals. Thoughtful wealth transfer can protect your legacy and empower future beneficiaries.
Ladies, you don't have to change the whole world. Just change someone's world for the better. Maybe it's a passion you've always had or something new that's tugging at your heart. Dive in
Yes,
with everything you've got.
absolutely. So your legacy is your story. You'll make it a page turner. Your life is wild, beautiful. It's a beautiful tale full of lessons, triumphs, and a few plot twists here and there. Your story is worth telling. You don't have to be a writer. You can start a blog, you can record a podcast, or share your journey with just the people around you. Be real, be you, and watch how it inspires others. Don't leave your best chapters unwritten because when you tell your story, you just don't inspire others, you liberate them. So, ladies, here's a takeaway, just as Pearl said. Give back 100%. Incorporate your resources and plan thoughtfully where you want that to go. You have the power to shape the future, inspire others, and leave a mark that lasts. And to help you define your legacy clearly in writing or in mentorship, you'll love the story to legacy framework that we use in the masterclass. So here's the secret. Legacy isn't left, it's lived. Let's take a deep breath together. You just heard the 6 secrets that can radically shift how you show up in your health, your work, and your life. As we shared in the beginning, these secrets may seem to distinct topics. In fact, they're ever evolving, they're intertwined and dynamic. That's why we're taking a holistic approach. Let's be real. Information alone doesn't create transformation. It's the implementation, the support, the accountability, and the community that helps us take all these beautiful ideas and live them. So now imagine your life 30 days from now, not just filled with ideas, but living them, waking up with clarity, feeling the momentum, watching doors open because you're aligned with purpose, energy, and wisdom. And now you're probably feeling lit up and energized, and you might be thinking, okay, now what? We got you. Pearl and I created the 3-part master series, Your Blueprint to Relevancy, Vitality, and Longevity. And Pearl, share that with us.
We poured our heart and soul to create this course. This isn't just another webinar to watch passively. It's a hands-on, soul-stirring, and action-driven experience. There are 3 60-minute sessions where we roll up our sleeves and apply the secrets to your life, your goals, and your energy zones. You'll get 3 one-hour Zoom classes, and they're all scheduled on Tuesdays, and 3 practicums. They are what you might think of as an implementation mastery sessions, meaning once we do the session, you get to apply them, and with any questions or things that might not possibly work too well, or maybe you have new ideas, you experience some great results. We love to hear back from you during the practicums, which is also 1 hour each. So the first session starts on May 20th, with the last practicum ending on June 24th. And you get downloadable tools, worksheets, journals for planning, reflection, and action, personal transformation exercises, including our energy mapping, purpose, blueprint, and legacy story builder, and a sisterhood circle where you'll connect with women walking the same road. Here's a bonus 30-minute private clarity coaching session with Pat and me. This laser-focused 30-minute session ensures you walk away with confidence and momentum.
Each week builds on the last. You'll get real tools, guided visualizations, exercises, and group momentum. You'll uncover your vitality blueprint, your legacy story, and your next best step.
The total value of what we're offering here is $998. Yet today, your total investment is only $158.70.
Oh my goodness. You know what? This is less than a haircut and a manicure put together. Yet it transforms your inner and your outer world. And yet space is limited because we want to keep it personal. We want to be comfortable and have a small, cozy group. If your heart is saying, this is for me, listen. You didn't come here by accident. Let's make the next season be the most vibrant yet. The registration is in the link, and we can't wait to see you in the class. So here's your moment. This is where relevancy, vitality, and longevity stop being buzzwords and start becoming your lived experience. like they were for me. If your inner voice is whispering, this is for me, honor that nudge.
Ladies, again, the registration link is posted in the chat and also in the comment area if you're watching or listening to the replay. And yes, spots are limited, not because we're being fancy, but because we want to keep this personal, powerful, and real. We can't wait to walk this next chapter with you. Let's make your next season the most vibrant one yet. And please connect with us on social media. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn are the three major platforms we play in. We are also on Instagram and X, and the email address to reach us both is townsquaretalk@gmail.com. Pat?
Yes, so if we don't have any questions, we can move forward to our amazing final quote. It's not about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. And we look forward to seeing you in the masterclass.
We'll see you in the classes.
Yay. Thank you so much for joining us. We so appreciate you.